Hello friends and welcome back to the another amazing live stream video. So guys, tonight we are diving into a political clash inside the Democratic Party that is getting a lot of attention. Democratic strategist James Carville, one of the most influential voices in the Democratic politics for more than the 3 decades, has publicly criticized Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, and he wasn't subtle about it. On his podcast, Carville said Crockett breaks the first rule of the politics, which, according to him, is that it should always be about the voters, never about the yourself. He argued that when he listens to Crockett talk, he hears more self promotion than a connection to the people she wants to represent. So, guys, this is a major statement coming from someone who has shaped the democratic messaging for coming decades. So, Carlville and his co host AI Hunt were talking about the Texas Senate race where Crockett has entered the field. Hunt said her candidacy should be a good thing, but Carlville pushed back, saying that while Crockett is educated, energetic, and certainly media savvy, she represents a district that is deep blue, a district that Democrats win by more than 20 points. According to him, staying in a safe district and building your brand might be great for getting TV hits and viral clips, but it doesn't help the party win the tough races that actually decide the political power. Carville went even further, warning that Crockett might not perform well statewide. Texas is far more competitive and far more conservative than her home district. And he believes her confrontational style and culture focused politics won't resonate outside her base. He said Democrats need candidates who talk about the issues that matter to Texans broadly, not just the candidates who energize Twitter or cable news. Carville has long argued that Democrats lose winnable elections because they choose the candidates based on ideology, not on what voters actually care about. He gave another example from the Tennessee's 7th district, where Democrats ran Eftin Behen, whom Carville said was almost perfectly designed to lose. He joked that if Democrats wanted to invent a losing candidate in a political lab, they would create someone who doesn't like country music, someone who openly dislikes where they live, someone who wants taxpayer funded gender affirming surgeries in prison, and someone who supports defunding the police. According to Carville, Democrats actually ran that candidate and still nearly cut the Republican margin in half. But his point was clear. Democrats keep putting forward candidates who are mismatched with their districts and that then act surprised when they lose. Carville's frustration highlights a much deeper issue inside the Democratic Party. There is a growing split between the candidates who prioritize cultural battles and the viral movements versus those who prioritize the broad middle class voter concerns. Crockett has become a major media figure known for her aggressive style and fiery exchanges. But Carville says none of that equals winning a statewide race. He believes Democrats need to start focusing on districts that lean slightly Republican, the places where they could flip seats if they had disciplined, voter focused candidates. Carville ended his critique with a strong message: politics is not about the clicks, viral hits, or personal branding. Winning election comes down to understanding where people are coming from, framing issues in a way that resonates with everyday voters, and not constantly making yourself the center of the conversation. He said plainly that Jasmine Crockett isn't doing that, and that if Democrats keep elevating candidates like her, they risk losing winnable races again and again. So, guys, this movement is telling because Carville isn't attacking Crockett from the right. He's warning Democrats from winning within their own house. When a strategist like Carville publicly calls out a rising Democratic star, it signals that a party's internal arguments about messaging and identity are reaching a boiling point. With the 2026 elections approaching, Democrats can't afford more internal chaos or more candidates who appeal to social media but fail to appeal to swing voters. In the end, Carville's comments are less about the Crockett personally and more about the future of the Democratic Party. He is urging Democrats to return to basics. That is, talk about the issues, talk about voters, talk about the real problems. Because, in his view, if the party keeps prioritizing personality over policy, the voters will continue to respond the same they have in race after race by handing victory to the Republicans. So, guys, thank you so much for joining today and being till the end. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think on this? Is Crockett only focusing on his personality rather than focusing on the real issues? And also, subscribe to our channel for such amazing daily breakdowns on politics. And thank you for joining. And we'll see you guys in the next video.